Okay, so you said that it just got approved? You just got the email for it?
Yeah, it just came in, man. Wow. That's
Yep, that's
that's good, man. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
feels good, huh?
Oh yeah, man. Hard work,
Okay,
man.
well,
Paid
awesome.
off, paid off.
Yeah. What was that amount though that you just got paid out?
4787.
Wow. Now, in
Yeah.
the Netherlands, is that what percentage does that put you in regarding income earners?
Because it's monthly, it'll put me in the top 10, 15-ish%, I think.
It's pretty dang good.
Yeah, it could
It
be
it
better,
only
but
starts there
good
though. I
start.
mean,
Yeah, it goes up from here.
100%, yeah. Gonna
Yeah.
be in the top 1% very soon, sir.
I hope so. I hope so. Inshallah.
Awesome. So this is John's payout. He just received it during the meeting, and there it is. Boom.
This is the first.
Beautiful.
This is my second, and this is what I have so far.
$10,000 in five.
Yeah.
That's amazing. How do you feel so far, though? I mean, just like after getting both these payouts and officially, reaching $10,000.
It feels pretty official. Like this is all the years putting effort into this. It's finally coming through, you know?
Yeah, it's frustrating, huh? When you first start out, putting all the work and you don't see any results, and you just gotta lock in mentally, and you gotta have discipline to actually just stick it through consistently. Eventually,
Absolutely.
to the point where you could actually get numbers like these, four thousand
Yeah.
dollar payouts, and it's very rewarding. I know that feeling myself in a different area of business, but it's oh man, I'm feeling you, man. I'm feeling happy for you.
Thank you,
That
thank
feels
you, thank you.
good. Awesome, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome, awesome. All right. Well, I mean, now that we're talking on this subject, you're good on sharing your screen, by the way. Just tell me like who you are, how'd you get into trading and where you're from again, just so the audience could hear.
Well, my name is Lafia Jones. I go by Jones.
Okay.
I reside in the Netherlands, but I grew up in a small island in the Caribbean called St. Eustatius. Living here in the Netherlands for coming on 9 years. And I've started trading since early high school. I just had a history class we were learning about, ironically, I think it was 1929 stock market crash. And then I was fascinated. I was like, what is the stock market? What's that all about? He was explaining to me, yeah, you could own parts of a company. And I thought it was so fascinating the fact that you could own, say, Microsoft or Google or whatever the case. You could own like it's almost as if you're leeching off their success. And then that blew my mind as a young kid. And then I just from there on pursued trading and then had my ups and downs. And now I'm now funded officially five figure paid out with you guys.
Let's go. Yeah, I can't stop smiling. That's good. I love seeing people succeed, in the
Thank you, thank you,
same in the
appreciate it,
same mindset. It's awesome. I love seeing that. Man,
appreciate it.
awesome. I'm assuming that was kind of like the turning point for you to get you into the actual, just into trading in general, just learning about the history behind it, which is actually very interesting because not a lot of people start off with that. For the many people I've interviewed, not a lot of people say, "Hey, I got into trading because of the history itself." They say
Mhm.
it because they got into it from a friend, from social media, from the maybe the, lucrative process behind it. But no, for you, it's all about the history. You got into it because it was interesting, which is honestly probably the most important part about getting into something.
I never thought of it like that. That's a pretty interesting because everyone here wants to get rich quick, and of course it is. We live in capitalistic society. It is money motivated, but the fascination of hey, I could own a part of a large Fortune 500 company was just how was that possible? I didn't start a company
Yeah.
yeah,
No, yeah, that's now bringing that verbally to light. That's it's very interesting to hear like, oh, like I own Apple. Like
yeah, yeah,
I own some of Apple, and someone's
yeah,
like, "What?"
exactly,
Yeah. No, and that's honestly so many good ways to, like build wealth that way, long term, short term. It's amazing.
absolutely,
Love that.
absolutely.
Awesome. So let's see. With Fundability, when you first heard about us, what account did you use or what challenge did you use to kind of, get started? Was it like the flash activation or which route did you take?
It was a 200K challenge account. It
Yeah.
was it was the you had a promotion where I got 14% max drawdown, but it was just a standard account. You have a slider where you could choose your risk and daily drawdown
Yeah.
and top profit targets. I did minimum profit targets and maximum drawdown. So attractive for myself, made it very attractive for myself.
Yep. It's in the right conditions.
Yes, exactly.
Perfect
That's what
conditions, yeah. Did you fail at all the first times when trying to pass the challenge or
I passed it the second time. Honestly, I saw because you guys had like retake. So if you fail the first one, you get a retake. So the first time of asking, I didn't really take it seriously, and I was like, okay, cool. Let me. This is my last $1,000 for the challenge. Let me lock in and then really take it seriously. And then the second try, I passed.
that's awesome. And then after that, you kind of just went from there, you know.
Yeah,
And
exactly. Just when the
yeah.
rest is history.
hmm So when I saw like that first payout screen, the first payout was it
Five,
5,000? Five?
5,000 something. Yeah.
Okay. Now kind of break that down. Like when you first, built your way all the way up to that payout and you cashed it out and you actually had that, through Rise and everything, like how did you feel? What obstacles did you have to overcome to actually get that first payout?
Not to sound very arrogant, but it just felt normal. It felt like
Yeah, no,
I
no,
put
yeah,
in lots of
100%.
hard work for it. So this is just being compensated, fairly compensated for what I put in. Especially because the year prior I was in started a company, but just before I started a company, I was doing delivery driving, and I was at a really low point, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna take a break from trading, start this business, and then for all of 2025, I've been in construction working, and then at the end of 2025, I started back trading again, and then it just clicked. It just made so much sense. Just taking a quick hiatus and coming
Yeah.
back, having a little bit more capital so I could invest in myself trading wise. It was just coming to play. It just
Everything
felt
comes
like
into place.
exactly.
No, that's good. So essentially, I like how you said, you're rewarded fairly because not many prop firms do that, going off of that. What do you like about Funded Elite and what do you don't like?
What I honestly like is the conditions are, at least from my experience, the conditions are the best conditions I've ever experienced. It's really comparable to like the Fivers, for example, like really high end, really well renowned firms. No slippage, good fair spreads and commissions. You could make the challenge as easy as you want, which you don't really see that. I don't really interested on the $1 activation stuff, but that is a great opportunity for those people who don't have the means. Absolutely.
Yep.
So that's a really good plus. So it could serve a wider market. Some things I don't necessarily like. I understand the company is growing. People are coming in, getting paid out fast, but the process to get paid out may have been, at least in my aspect, been a bit
Yeah.
slower. This is my second pay. This last pay was also 5 days as well too. So, but the money did came and no issue. So end of the day, I'm happy.
100% as long as the money's in the account that you've worked for, of
Exactly.
course. That's
Exactly.
good.
Absolutely.
That's good. After saying that, would you recommend Funded Elite to like a beginner, a veteran, just anyone, trying to get into prop firms in general? And if you, I
Yes,
mean,
admittedly, a funded elite is very restrictive,
yeah,
especially when you're funded. However, I believe, to you guys' credit, had this been a different prop firm where I was unrestricted, I probably would have loaned the funded account already.
okay,
So these
yeah,
restrictions did keep me within the guidelines, and it was a bit, when you first see it, no, that's so unfair. Da, 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 da. But when you get
yeah.
into it, it's like, okay, cool. You know what? Especially when you have a large 200K for funds. If I make $1,000 a day, that's phenomenal.
That's insane. Yeah, 1,000 a
Exactly.
day is
I'm thinking to myself, I could make 5,000, but no, you have to crawl before you run. And this
exactly.
core platform is a good entrance into building into more. Gives you the
Correct.
groundwork.
Love to hear that. And I mean, honestly, yeah, a lot of people they look at it from day to day, but if you look at year to date, the whole entire year, each day combined, I mean, it says it itself. It speaks for itself.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Awesome, brother. Now, last question for you. Any advice for beginner traders? What is your concrete advice for beginners so they could get started?
Trading works best when you don't need it. Meaning, like, I started a business last year, I get paid from that, and if trading fails today, I'll be fine. I don't want it to fail, but if it does fail, I'll be fine. I think you have to find yourself in a mindset where whether it's a job or something, don't. Lots of us traders, especially when we're younger, we want to jump in. Hey, forget about school, forget about work. I want to trade, 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 and then you make it like a now or never kind of situation, and that kind of stress and that gives you such incredible, so detrimental to beginner traders. I believe you have to be in a position where of power over the markets, of power over the industry. Of you don't need this to work out. If it does, great. If it doesn't, you're good. So yeah, find a way to make yourself that you don't need this. Like instead of going for a 100K account, you go for 10K's account. You gamble or you throw 10K accounts, so it's not like, oh, this is my last $500. If it fails, I'm bankrupt, Get
Right.
that position to where you don't need this to work out immediately. And then you'll be much better, I believe, personally. You still do have to take it very seriously, of course,
Of
but in a
course.
sense of where if it doesn't work out, you're not in a position where you'll be homeless soon, for
Yeah.
example. Yeah.
Just be smart about it, financially smart
Absolutely.
about it. Don't put yourself in a
Absolutely.
really bad situation. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Awesome, brother. Well, I appreciate your time.